See, no one will ever accept you until you accept yourself. Some of the impression we have of people, of us, where we hear people talk about how you've been disrespected, how you've been disregarded, how you're not taken seriously, or some people hardly even notice you, is as a result of how you perceive who you are and what you send out to people of who you are. People do not need to be in luxurious cars or live in luxury houses to gain respect. Instead, the way they carry themselves, the way you comport yourself, how you speak, and how you present yourself most times is what makes people respect you. Have you seen people so wealthy and have everything seemingly going for them, and people don't even take them seriously with a pinch of salt? You know why? Because right inside of them, people can see through them that they don't even value themselves by the way and how they release things outside, and people would always perceive you from what you actually exhibit. Perception is actually reputation in disguise. Perception is what people think of you as you reveal to them. Your character actually ends up becoming the reputation that people would have of you. We see people living dual lives. Some people that are inside of them do not regard themselves as anything, and so they depend entirely on only what people say about them. And so because of that, they gain people that attract only people that are there to just feed their ears and ego. But at the end of the day, right behind them, they laugh, jeer of them, and disrespect and even backstab them. You see, you need to love yourself. Begin by loving yourself, because the Bible talks about love. It describes it in this way. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. You cannot love some people if you do not even have love. Now, love comes from God, and God himself is love. If God's love does not radiate within you and comes out for people to love you, you really wouldn't be loved, because love starts from you. It's not selfish to say, begin to love yourself. I'm not talking about being self-centered. I'm talking about respecting yourself, giving yourself to the perspective you want people to see you and address you from. Placing yourself in a pedestal that you see you need people to respect you from. It is how you dress, they say, that you'll be addressed. And I need to add that the way you speak will determine how kind of people or what kind of people would actually want to stay within your environment. Some people are so toxic. Some people are so negative. Some people do not have anything that is good about themselves. And as such, they have people that are abusers, that daily all they attract are abusive people that disregard them, and then they sit down while thinking and regretting what is happening. We are quick to making the devil think that he is so mighty, that every bad thing or anything that happens to us is actually him. But the truth of it is, until you break an edge, the serpent would not bite. You create the room for the devil, because it is you that has the power or everything, the wherewithal that can make people disrespect you. When you cover your tracks, when you protect your space, when you make it clear that this is the boundary that you have set, you will not allow abusers, you will not allow disrespectful people, you will not allow people that have no regard for you to occupy the space where you are. That will automatically begin to happen. You see, Jesus is one perfect example that I cannot but talk about him every day, because it's in him we live and move and have our being. I'm talking to you as a child of God. Being a Christian is one thing. Another thing is recognizing where you are seated with Christ, because the Bible said you are seated with him in heavenly places, far above principalities and powers. But some of us have refused to sit with Christ. Although we've given our lives to Christ, we've not allowed Him to take total preeminence of our entire life for us to be raised up in order for us to see what He has placed us over. Many times we bring ourselves down thinking that it is humility, while in essence it's actually bringing yourself down, and even to some degree, I call it pride. Because pride is not just only saying you have gotten higher than you are, it's just saying the position that is not yours, you try to pick it to become yours. So it could be the high position, it could be the low. Sometimes God has placed us at a high pedestal and we choose in the name of humility, we bring ourselves down. That is pride. Because being in your position and occupying that position is accepting who God says you are. The only thing is that you recognize who has given you that power to remain in that position. Now, I'll bring you back to what I'm talking about, lest you think I have gone far. I'm talking about self-love, self-respect, and self-appreciation. You must understand that if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody. Most people that do not love themselves end up being abusers. They are abusers of other people because they don't even see. They're built up with anger. They're built up with inferiority complex. And so there is nothing good that actually comes out of them. It was Rapu Kaur that says, how you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. You know, it is how you show yourself love to yourself, by caring, by protecting your health, by protecting your emotions, by protecting everything that would come and bring some negative vibes inside of you, is how people will begin to perceive and see that this is the way you want to be treated. You cannot be careless about who you are and what you want or what you deserve and expect someone else to love it for you. People can only protect you thus far. They look at you and see you as the yardstick to how much they can show you love. Loving yourself has become a kind of phenomenon, especially in this day and in hour, that we find people that are all toxic. The environment, the news, and everything that you hear, there is nothing that seems to come without some negativity. You must protect yourself from hearing what will affect your mind, because you have to find out what exactly is accommodating to your system. If not, every kind of junk will be sent and thrown at your lap and on your lap and expecting you to receive it. Some people have become so abused that they don't even know when to say no. You need to love yourself and begin to understand that there are also times that you must say no. Know when you need to rest out, when someone else wants you to go an extra mile, knowing that if you do not rest, you will break down. Because the very moment you break down, someone else is taking over your position. You see, that's what we do not understand. No matter what it is, nobody can take your place when it comes to protecting you. Not even your children, I dare tell you. Your spouse can only go thus far. You need to understand that you need to be alive for you to be alive for someone else. Love yourself. Be ready to protect that which God has placed in you. It is He who is alive that can live to take care of others. It is He who is alive that can live to do that job. Don't do what you cannot carry. Don't do what your mental health cannot carry. Don't do what your own mind cannot carry. Don't do what your ability, physical ability, cannot carry. There is time to say no in order to show yourself that self-love. Love yourself. God bless you.